For Miss Linda. So I have something, kind of playful planned for us today. Do y'all know Fallen Angel? I was teaching that to Linda earlier this morning. You know Fallen Angel. If you don't know Fallen Angel, you're gonna get to know Fallen Angel. It's sort of like a side crow variation, sort of like a tripod-ish situation. Anyway.
You can't whip it out right now?
Huh?
You can't whip yourself into it
I
right now?
can, actually, I can.
There's probably a reason I don't know what it's called.
So actually your forehead gets to go on the ground and your toes in the air, and then you can play around with whether you bring your legs up higher. That's Fallen Angel. But don't worry, there's places to be, right? There's places to be. We can be here. Well, I mean, somebody's not going to want to do that with their hip, right? Okay. All right, but let's actually start standing at the top of the mat because I want to kind of get moving a little bit. I know we're going to heat up, but there's that little bit of breeze on us, so I'll face you guys at first. See everybody's smiling face. And let's take hands to heart center and take a nice deep inhale together. And then really let that sigh out. I enjoyed that. Let's do another one. Inhale together. And sigh it out as you exhale. On your next inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead. Maybe palms can come together. Exhale and fold forward. Let's stay in this first forward fold, wiggling things out. We're going to wiggle everything out this morning as we get moving and warmed up. Deciding how deeply you want to fold, deciding how much you want to bend your knees or not. Maybe swaying side to side a little bit. And then we're going to come to the center, halfway up. Inhale, pull the shoulder blades together, exhale and fold. 2 more. Inhale, halfway up, shoulder blades pulled together, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. On your exhale, palm the mat, step back to the top of your push-up, or you could be on your knees in this plank. Let's shift forward over the wrist, coming up onto our tiptoes, and then on an exhale, push back towards your heels, push, push, push. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, push back. Not to down dog, we're staying in plank, just pushing into our heels. Good. Inhale, forward over the wrist, and then exhale, push back to your heels, into your heels, into your heels. And one more time, shift forward, push back, sink the knees, and come to downward facing dog. Maybe begin to tent the fingers right away, or take the elbows off the mat. Did I say down dog?
Yeah.
I did.
And I was like, well, maybe she just is going to child's pose because it feels good for her.
Maybe I'll start to say the right things. Okay, well, thank you for coming into child's pose and alerting me. Let's shift forward into puppy, so walk those fingertips forward. It's our first one. Maybe we don't go as deep as before, or other times, begin to open up our shoulders even more. Even in your puppy, let's pull the belly up and in. And on your next inhale, come forward onto the forearms, curl the toes. We're walking those feet up and right into dolphin. Yep, hard right away. Shift your gaze back towards your toes. Take 2 breaths. Stretching into your shoulders. Make our way to down dog, whether you come to your knees first or push up onto your hands and then curl your toes, making your way to down dog. Let's take some time to pedal out our down dog. Things getting blown away here this morning. Finding some movement, maybe swaying the hips or coming off onto the toes. On your next inhale, look to the top of the mat, walk, step, or float, come halfway up, and then exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up overhead, palms together. On your exhale, sink into your chair pose. Take another breath, maybe shift your gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Come halfway up on the inhale, Palm the mat, step back to that push-up or plank posture, whether it's on your toes or on your knees. Let's take a side plank to the right. Could bring the knee down or come onto the edges of your feet. Maybe that left arm reaches overhead. Release down to the ground, side plank to the left. Release and vinyasa on the toes or the knees, lower all the way down. Inhale as you come into your cobra. Exhale, down dog. On your next inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Step to the top of the mat, spin the back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. On your next exhale, sink a little lower into that warrior. Look to the sky. Palm the mat. Step back to down dog or take a vinyasa to down dog. Reach the left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Step to the top of the mat, spin the back heel down, warrior one as you inhale. On an exhale, sink further into that warrior. And then release hands, vinyasa to down dog. Inhale the right leg up, exhale, bend and stack, open up to the side. On another exhale, bring your foot to the top of the mat. High lunge this time, so keep that heel off the ground. Reach the arms up overhead. Pull the belly in. Keep that belly activation as you bring your hands past heart center, taking a twist to the right. Inhale, come upright. And then on your exhale, open up warrior two. Take a breath. On your inhale, spin back into your high lunge. Linking breath with movement. Exhale, twist to the right, hands at heart center. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. One more round. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, high lunge, and exhale, warrior two. Peaceful warrior, straighten out that front leg. I know you want that leg straight. Exalted. Come upright, warrior two, arms, turn that front foot, outside edges parallel, hands to the hips, open up the chest, gaze might shift up. Exhale and fold forward, wide leg fold. Our first one, so find some wiggle here if you would like. We don't always encourage movement here in these forwards or wide leg folds, but maybe today you play around with that. Control that breathing. Focus on your breath with your movement today. Inhale, come part way up, and on your exhale, walk your hands. Surround your right foot, drop the left knee, and inhale as you come up into your grounded lunge. Pull that right hip bone forward so you're squaring the hips. Exhale, cactus the arms. You can choose whether or not you look up. Pull those shoulder blades together. On your inhale, reach the arms up overhead. We're coming into child's pose, so hands to the ground, shift back and sink into your child's pose. Decide if you need that to be active or if you need it to be more restful each time we come here. Shift forward into puppy pose, bringing the hips high. Maybe those hips are right over the knees. That's what we're trying for. We'll see. You can't always tell, right? Forehead or chin to the mat, opening up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Keep shifting forward for dolphin so we end up on our forearms. You might have to slide your hands back so you don't come off the mat, and then curl the toes, walking the feet in if you need to. Gaze shifted back between your feet or your legs. On your next inhale, shift your gaze so you're looking at your fingertips. And then on an exhale, shift that gaze back between your toes. One more time. Look forward towards your fingertips, back by your toes, and we're making our way to down dog. You can come onto your knees first or take one elbow at a time or both together off the mat. Other side, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bend and stack, open to the side. Step to the top of the mat, high lunge. Okay, we'll find this first one. You know we're gonna find movement eventually, so we gotta find good stability here. On an exhale, hands past heart center, twist to the left. Pause. Come back to center, reach up overhead, and then open up to the right. Warrior two, pause. Shift back, find that high lunge, pop that heel off the ground. We'll link our breath with movement. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lunge. End with our warrior two to peaceful warrior with that front leg straight. Come back up, warrior two, arms, turn the feet, headed into your wide leg fold. Hands to the hips again, let's open up the chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Hands anywhere you like them on your forward fold. Staying in stillness or taking movement. Return focus to your breath, to your core. On an inhale, come halfway up, walk your hands to the top of the mat, surround your left foot, drop your back knee. Inhaling as you come into your grounded low lunge. Pull that right hip bone forward, so we're finding that stretch. And on an exhale, cactus the arms. Back bending is optional in this part. Pulling the shoulder blades together is key. Very nice. Let's first sweep the arms up overhead and then plant the hands. Child's pose. To puppy pose. Just a couple of breaths here. To dolphin. Shift your gaze back. On an inhale, shift your gaze towards your fingertips. On an exhale, shift your gaze back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, back. And then drop those knees, come into child's pose again, maybe the legs really wide. As you're ready, come forward, hands and knees, then curl the toes, downward facing dog. One inhale, one exhale. On your next inhale, travel to the top of the mat and halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise. Gaze might shift to the palms coming together, and then exhale to heart center. This is the time. Here we go. Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist to the right. We're gonna need to find a nice deep twist to come into that fallen triangle. Come back to center and then twist the other direction. Watch those knees that they're not coming out of alignment. Come back to center, palm the mat, take the vinyasa of your choice to downward facing dog. From down dog, right leg comes up, three-legged, exhale, bend and stack. Stay there, flip dog, wild thing, or side plank if that's your pleasure. Okay, that comes directly from a book I'm reading, and it's about the king's pleasure, and I can't stop myself. Okay, reach the right leg back overhead and then step to the top of the mat. High lunge. One breath, one movement. Twist to the right. Inhale, high lunge. Open up warrior two as you exhale. Inhale, lunge. Twist. Inhale, lunge. Warrior two. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, twist, stay there, maybe even opening the arms. And then as you come back up and around, windmill it open. Peaceful legs. One more breath here. Inhale, come halfway up, walk your hands to the top of the mat, drop the back knee, low lunge, reach the arms up overhead, cactus the arms, back bend optional. On your inhale, straighten the arms up, and then splits prep, hands to the ground, straightening the front leg. Listen up, we're gonna fold over that front leg to whatever we can come to. On an inhale, we'll take like a little bit of a half lift, a little up dog in the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And then surround your front foot, step back to your child's pose. Come forward to puppy. We're just throwing that in there today all the time. As we are dolphins, find your way to dolphin. Keep the gaze shifted back. Let's play around with lifting the right leg into the air. Nice, release it to the ground. Left leg. Release to the ground, make your way to down dog. Remember, you can drop your knees first if you would choose. Inhale the left leg up, exhale, bend and stack. Stay there, flip dog, wild thing, side plank. Your choice. Come back to your three-legged, and then step to the top of the mat, high lunge. Here we go, linking breath and movement. Inhale as you come up, twist on the exhale. Inhale, rise. Open up, warrior two. High lunge. Twist. Inhale. Two. Inhale. Twist. Stay there. Maybe opening your arms. We'll windmill out of this into our peaceful warrior with the legs straight. Turn the front foot, head into your wide leg fold. Surround your front foot, drop your back knee, come into that low lunge with the arms up overhead. Find your stability, and then as you exhale, cactus the arms, back bend if you choose. Reach the arms up as you inhale, straighten the front leg, headed into our splits prep sequence. Find your stability and then fold over your front leg. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Two more, inhale and fold, half lift and release. Coming out into our child's pose, we get to head there each time. Make that as you will. Sometimes I put my palms to the sky, giving my wrist a break and opening my shoulders in that direction. Come forward into your puppy pose. And then dolphin. This round in dolphin will work to shift the gaze toward the fingertips and then raise the right leg. Maybe that works for us, maybe it doesn't. And then of course we try the other side. And then release back to a wide child's pose. Come through a vinyasa if you choose, or go right to downward facing dog, where we'll all meet. From your down dog, travel to the top of the mat and halfway up. On your exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart center. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Utkatasana. Drop those hips, reach the arms up overhead, hands to heart center, twist to the right. Maybe open the arms like a book, play around with maybe bringing the left fingers to the ground. Come back to center, hands to heart center, twist the other direction, same options with the arms. Back to center, release to take a vinyasa or no vinyasa, or alter your vinyasa however you need to as you come to down dog. Inhale, bring the right leg up. On your exhale, bend and stack open to the side. Another exhale, knee to same arm. Inhale, lengthen it out three-legged, knee to opposite arm. Lengthen it out three-legged, knee to nose. Lengthen it out three-legged, step to the top of the mat, high lunge. Exhale into your twist. High lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lunge. Twist. Inhale. Two. Inhale. Twist. Stay there. Open the arms. Take a bind. Maybe drop a knee. Bringing it back up. It's time to play here in this lunge twist. Right? We'll eventually windmill out of whatever we're doing there into exalted warrior. Turn that front foot. Wide leg fold. Let's take both hands and walk over to the right foot. Maybe finding a twist here. Hand on the foot or elbow on the ground or near the foot, yes. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, walking over to the back foot. And as we come out, keep walking all the way to the top foot, the right foot, drop the back knee. Inhale as you come into your back bend here. Cactus the arms or don't. You can decide. Reach the arms up, splits, prep. Okay, listen up. On this halfway up, we're going to ask our right foot to slide forward a little bit. And then we might need to bring our hands with us as we fold over that leg again. And then we'll inhale, come part way up, and bring our foot forward a bit more. Maybe our hands with us, and fold over it again. We might be at the end or we might not. You can come halfway up, play around with coming forward more, and folding into it again. Or maybe you didn't have to come forward more, right? Let's come out of this and push back to child's pose. Puppy pose. Dolphin. Let's shift our gaze forward towards our fingertips and bring our chin closer to our fingertips. So we're sinking down, and then push away, shift your gaze back. Yeah, like a little push-up. One more. We'll shift forward and bringing our nose or chin closer to the fingertips, and then push back and shift the gaze back. Drop down into child's pose, wide leg, maybe even sweeping the hands behind you and finding contact with your feet. When I do, I like to pull into my feet to give myself a little traction through my shoulder blades. Make your way to downward facing dog for the other side, choosing to take a vinyasa or not. Inhale, knee to nose. Inhale, step to the top. High lunge as you come up with your inhale. Twist as you exhale. time as we turn the feet, we're going to turn out and sink into goddess. Everybody automatically wants to do those goalpost arms, don't they? Well, not Vanessa. She was like, please don't ask me to do that. So really think about pushing your knees out to the back side of your mat, right? Maybe you're even thinking about that more than you're thinking about how low you can drop your hips. Eventually we'll windmill our hands down to the front of the mat and drop the back knee and come in to our grounded lunge. Right into a back bend here, arms of your choice. And then use the strength of your belly to come upright and into your splits prep. Now you know where we're headed with this splits prep this round. So you decide how far out you're bringing those feet, right? Inhale, we'll come part way up so that we can slide a foot forward. Maybe your hands go with you, and then exhale, fold over that straight leg. Inhale, we'll come part way up, come forward again, and fold forward. Inhale up, push the leg out further perhaps, and fold forward. Let's get out of this, right? Child's pose. To puppy. To dolphin. I want to just encourage you to have some playtime in your dolphin, whether you decide to raise one leg or the other, where you decide to shift your gaze. Maybe instead you put your toes together, that changes the stretch for me. Or I put my toes wide on the mat, it also changes the stretch. Play for just a moment in whatever you're doing. Oh, some of you are doing push-ups again. Hard work. And then we'll sink into that wide leg child's pose as you're ready. Everyone getting in there at their own time. Maybe sweeping the hands back, maybe not. Doing what you like to do with that child's pose. It's too breezy to stay for long. We'll take a vinyasa to down dog. No vinyasa, meet me in down dog. From down dog, travel to the top of the mat. Halfway up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise, palms together. And then exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we've done a lot of twisting. Before I wear our arms out anymore, let's play around with that fallen angel. So first of all, we want to come into that as easily as possible, right? So I'm going to bring hands to heart center, and then I'm going to drop my hips so I can sink down to balance on my toes and find my twist from here. So I'm going to go to the right first. Of course, we're going to try both sides. Bringing that elbow and knee, shoulder and knee as close as I can, and then hands to the ground. Curl that right elbow in so it can support your hip, and then we're bringing our head down to the ground on purpose. Before our feet come off the ground, we're on our temple, and then maybe our toes can come off the ground and come together, or you can lift one leg or the other. It's the right direction. Palms on the ground. Laura, you're doing that balanced on one arm, which is making that much more challenging because you've got this arm out to the side. If you pull that arm in, your hip can rest on that right elbow as well. It's like a variation of side crow, right? The top leg extends. It's like going to try to go towards the sky. Make sense? So here we are. I'm putting my head on the ground so I get my stability. And then once I have it, yeah, that's it, Vanessa. Ah, you got that side crow. That looked good. That looked good. Right? So I put my forehead down before I balanced in side crow. You can, of course, be in side crow and then place your forehead on the ground. You could also be doing none of those things, coming down onto your forearm, or the side and raising a leg up in the air. Like, that's kind of a method to get that strength in the leg, right? Okay, we got two sides in yoga, so we'll try that on the other side as well. It's always like, what's happening, right? Switch sides. That's it, Laura, looks good. All right, so some of you that are getting that top leg up, let's make it pretty. So once you get that top leg up, this bottom foot can kind of come up and turn towards that top leg. So those toes are also going to point up to the sky. And that makes your whole other, like the rest of you want to go up as well. I've got some people looking like yes, and some people looking like, what is going on here?
I was going to say it's also a huge challenge in the sleeves. Yeah. Because I can do it inside, but not outside.
With sleeves up.
I don't think you just can't do it.
Yeah. All right, we got to give our yogis a little more chance to play, but if you are a yogi that is done playing, then maybe you'd like to sit in Baddha Konasana and watch the rest of them. Begin a twist. Yes, yes, yes.
Get that leg to turn.
Right. Yeah, you're doing like a funky one, right? With the forearm down on the ground. So you had your forearm down here. So like that's pretty hard, Jen.
So how do you do it?
I do it with my hand on the ground and my forehead here.
Oh.
So I'm on my temple. I'm not really here, because then I can get a little help with the twist part.
She does that.
Yeah.
She does that.
What are we going to call this one?
That was some hardcore work there if you do that funky arm like Jen did.
I wasn't trying to be hard.
Temple, yeah. So you can kind of look at me. Come on to your temple. There. I think your other hip is in the air. Okay. So the hand is down, and like put the elbow on your hip first, and then place your hand on the ground. Keep that elbow on your hip, because it's a lot harder if your elbow is not on your hip.
Your elbows down. Yeah. Keep it up. Keep it up.
You're on your
Harder
palm.
arms.
The elbow goes on the hip. The elbow goes. So go like this for me. No.
Yeah.
Face me. Twist your body. Place your elbow on your body. Place your elbows on your body. That's where they stay. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Now you might not want your face on the concrete, but
Yeah, be careful because your knees will slip.
yes. Now place your forehead or your face on the ground. It's your tripod. Okay, but you're close. And Elizabeth's right. We're sliding off our sleeves a little bit
I
too.
landed right on my sunglasses.
She landed on her
I
sunglasses.
was creating that.
All right. So some of us might have gotten cooled off, from watching everybody else. So let's do some core work. I know you're dying for that, right? Find that boat pose. Let's bring the right leg or the right foot down. It depends on how you're doing it, right? And then come back up and tap the other side. So you decide how bent or how straight as you tap back and forth. Okay, you getting warm yet? Are we getting warm? A little bit warm? One more time each side. And then we'll come over our legs, take a vinyasa, adding in any extra movements or stretches you need on your way to down dog. Inhale, let's bring the right leg up. On your exhale, bend and stack. Knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up, bend and stack. Knee to nose. Two more. Inhales up and over. Exhales, knee to nose. Last exhale, knee to nose. Straighten it back out three-legged and then step to the top of the mat. High lunge, you know what we're doing. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen your movement and your breath. Reach out over that front leg. Find your arm position and then open up the chest. Nice. Release your hands down to either side of your front foot. Drop the back knee. Inhale as you come up into your low lunge, grounded lunge. Find your way towards the back bend. And then come upright, hands to the hips. We're going to practice some contract relax here before we take that contract relax into our splits. Okay? So in our contract, we're going to pull the heel towards the knee towards the heel, but they don't move on the mat. They just pull towards each other energetically, right? You feel that tightening up. And then when you release, I want you to go ahead and let yourself sink. And then do that again, right where you've had that sink. Pull them together. And then release and sink. And then one last time, pull them together. And then release and sink. Okay, shift your hips back, find your splits prep leg. Come halfway up so that you're kind of lengthening in the spine. We're going to do that same action where we're pulling the knee towards the heel and then the heel towards the knee, but they don't get to move. Pull, 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 and then relax, fold over that leg. Inhale, come part way up, walk your hands forward, slide your right foot forward. Find that contract, so pull the heel and the knee together, pull, 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 and then as you relax, fold over your leg. One more time, we'll come part way up, slide the leg out, maybe towards the splits, maybe in the splits, but we're gonna pull the heel and the knee towards each other, pull, 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 like you're gonna close that gap, and then as you relax, sink further into your splits or over your front leg. All right. Nice job, nice job, nice job. Let's come out of that, take a well-deserved child's pose. Into puppy. Into dolphin. If you're heading into a pincha practice, feel free to do that. Otherwise, we're playing in our dolphin, whether you shift the gaze forward, shift it back, raise a foot, come onto your toes. All kinds of little things you can do in your dolphin to make it extra hard, right? When you're finished with whatever you're doing there, we'll come to downward facing dog. Nice, Melissa. Inhale the left leg up, exhale, bend and stack. Knee to same elbow, or no, knee to nose, sorry. Inhale, bring it up and stack it over. Exhales to the nose. Inhale, up and over. Exhale to nose. Inhale, up and over. One more time. Exhale to nose. Inhale straight up and then step to the top of the mat. Let's get moving, get ourselves warm. Arms up on the inhale, twist. Link your breath and your movement. Open. One more. Warrior two, straighten the front leg, triangle. Oh, maybe I should have exalted that. That's all right. to the hips. Let's practice on this side that contract, relax. So your knee is traveling towards your heel, heel towards your knee, like you're trying to shorten that distance. Hold it, and then release and relax into it. And then pull them together again. Contract, 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 and now relax. One more time, pull them together, and then release. Straighten the front leg, find your splits prep. We'll start right here. A little bit of a halfway up spine, so we have a long spine, and then pull the knee and the heel towards each other. Contract for 3, 2, 1, and then release and fold into your leg. On an inhale, come partway up, walk it forward, changing the position, and then find that dig and pull towards each other. Contract, pull, 3, 2, 1, and release, fold over your leg. Come partway up. This is our last round, so whether you take your legs all the way out, part way out, or stay where they are, pull the knee and the heel together. Pull, 3, 2, 1. You're either folding over that leg or sinking further into your splits, or a combo of both, right? Until you're ready to come out and find your child's pose. Come forward into puppy. Stay here for 5 breaths. We're going to thread the needle, so maybe you have to pull your elbows back towards you a little bit and then bring the right arm underneath the left so that you can lie down on your right temple and your right shoulder. Those shoulders have worked hard for you today. Let's give them a nice stretch here. Either keep that left hand forward or bring that hand next to the right arm, maybe even reaching up or behind you. Maybe you'll find your right hip. If you found that, perhaps you unwind and then bring the left leg up and find a little bit of balance as you reach that leg up. Perhaps you're going to reach the right arm up as well. You're really balancing on one side here. And then bring everything down nice and slow. Unwind. Cat-cow. Reach the right arm out and then slide the left arm. Coming onto your left temple. Maybe you'll bring the right hand back to the mat or twist it behind you, find your hip crease. And then before I lift a leg, I like to bring my hand back down to the ground so I can have stability. But I see not everybody needs to do that. And you'll maybe play around with finding balance on just the left side. We'll unwind carefully and slowly and take a couple more rounds of your cat-cow here. Pushing all the way back into child's pose, sweeping your hands behind you, give those shoulders a rest. Ask your shoulders to come down towards the mat so you get nice rounding all through your spine. Make your way to downward facing dog, perhaps through a vinyasa. We're going to flow through one more time fairly quickly with our movements, and then allowing some time for play in there with some of the things we've worked on. Inhale the right leg up, and then exhale, step to the top of the mat. High lunge. Let's find that movement with your breath first. You know what to do. Do 3 rounds at your own pace. We end in warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, exalted warrior, triangle. So your options here are to do another wide leg fold, or to place both hands toward the top of the mat and do a standing splits. We've worked a lot on splits today. I like y'all choosing what you need. We're going to release, to low lunge with the knee grounded, but yeah, we're losing some mats here, aren't we? Okay, well, it's almost time to be done, don't worry. Okay, you know we've been doing the splits a lot, so maybe you're going to take yourself into the full splits. Maybe you're going to work on some sort of splits prep that you've done. Maybe you like that contract, relax. Maybe you prefer to stay in this high lunge. You can decide that. Maybe you're fighting your mat, right? All right, let's come out of whatever we chose to do. Wiggle it out, cat-cow, or vinyasa, or both, and then make your way to down dog. Left leg comes high, step to the top of the mat. You know where we're going. 3 times through that flow with your breath. End with your warrior 2. Exalt it, straighten the front leg into peaceful. Come into your triangle. Wide leg fold, or perhaps goddess this time, or standing splits, top of the mat. Let's end in that grounded lunge, where you have your playtime to stay in your lunge, opening into a back bend, coming into your fullest splits, or any variation that you're choosing. Let's come out and come into child's pose. Come forward into one final puppy pose. Maybe you would like to stay there, or perhaps you'll come out of that puppy pose into dolphin, any variation that you're choosing. Any playtime in dolphin that you're choosing. If you end up with enough time in puppy pose that you've had enough of that, just sink back into your child's pose again, but let your arms come behind you. When you're finished, we can all meet in a child's pose variation of your choice. And then come through a vinyasa to down dog. Don't worry, we're not going to do that flow again. Instead, from your down dog, come forward and have a seat on the ground. Let's do one wide leg, straight leg fold. So inhale, find some length in your spine. Exhale, fold over your straight legs. Inhale, find some length in your spine. Exhale, fold over. 2 more. Link your breath with the inhale to lengthen, the exhale to fold. And then stay in the fold. Inhale, begin to make your way up, and then use the strength of your core to take you all the way down to the ground. I got a knot back here though, I got to get rid of that. Okay. Let's set yourself up for bridge. We are going to be doing some pulses here. Keep your palms flat on the ground so you can press your arms into the ground, and then on an inhale, bring your hips nice and high, walk your shoulder blades in, keep those hips nice and high, chin away from the chest. Drop the hips down toward the mat, they don't get to touch. Inhale, push them high. Exhale, drop. Inhale, high. Exhale, drop. Inhale, high. Drop. Reach high. Drop. Reach high. Stay up there. Tiny little pulses now. Tiny, tiny pulses. Not really linked with breath. Keep pulsing towards the sky. And release all the way down to the ground. Give yourself a nice little hug. Maybe rocking side to side slightly. Let's try those with one leg. So we'll start with our feet down like bridge, and you can either cross like a figure 4, or sometimes, because that's so tight for my hip, I like to put my foot on my knee instead, and then inhale to bring my hips up as high as they're going to go. Drop it down for 5. Inhale, push it high. 4. Push high. 3. Drop. 2. Drop. Keep it up there and do your tiny pulses for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And release. Give yourself a hug. Other side, the left foot will be on the ground, the right foot or ankle or something might be on that side. Inhale, bring it up, release it down, 5 large, 3, I think, I don't know now, I lost track. How did I lose track in 5? 2, 1, we better do one more for good measure since I lost track. And now keep it nice and high and do your tiny pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Give yourself a nice hug. Lower the left foot down to the ground. Give yourself a figure 4 on the right side, and then hug your knee in towards your chest, finding that pigeon stretch on your back. Yeah, maybe you like to straighten out the left leg or keep it bent. Your choice. Stay there longer if you need, or you can unwind and take that to the other side when you're ready. Hugging the right knee in towards your chest when you're ready. Taking as long as you need in your stretches. Don't let me rush you. But if you're ready, you can unwind and then take a happy baby. I'm looking around. There are no other visitors in our area, so you don't have to worry about that. Perhaps rocking side to side a little bit, straightening your hips. Perhaps you press your tailbone down towards the ground, opening your spine. I know everybody's going, that's happening all around. Bats are flying. And then as you're ready, make your way into your savasana. If you have a blanket and you'd like to have that, take time to find it, or a sweatshirt.